Well, hello and welcome to Collectology for a very special, brand new D-Day 75th anniversary release. My name is Paul and today I'm joined by Melissa. Melissa, how are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Now, Melissa's here for a very special reason, not just because she knows a lot more about this than I do, but for another reason that we'll get to later on. So Melissa, what do we have here in front of us today?
We have the D-Day 75th anniversary £5 coin capsule edition.
Wow. Now, okay, that name sounds really intriguing and also really long. Could you give us a little bit more detail about it?
Yeah, so this special capsule edition has been issued exclusively for our militaria collectors, and it features a brand new coin issued to mark this important 75th anniversary year, and it has been exclusively flown in an authentic D-Day veteran C47 Dakota.
Wow, okay, so that is the bit that I want to focus on first, because that's this coin was actually released earlier in the year, wasn't it? But it's that flown element is the most intriguing part of this. Tell us a little bit more about that, because you actually went up there, didn't you?
I did. It was very, very exciting. I've got an enormous interest in military collectibles, and so to have the opportunity to go to an authentic D-Day World War II airfield and have one of our very own coins flown was incredibly special.
Wow, that's incredibly special. Now, how many of these coins did you actually take up there with you?
We took just 500.
So it's just 500?
Yeah, and of course that is a very tiny number, and it won't be nearly enough for our military collectors, but it kind of makes it all the more special.
Wow. Now, okay, if you want to get hold of one of these very special 75th anniversary D-Day flown coins, all you have to do is head over to collectology.co.uk/C285. Now, tell me a little bit more about the day, Melissa, because you actually went in the plane, didn't you?
I did. So I went up to North Weald Airfield, where I met Keith Perkins, who is the owner of Aero Legends, the company which owns this particular C47 Dakota, which is called Em Oot, which I think is quite amusing.
Very Scottish.
Yeah, very, very, very jock. And I had a chat with Keith and I had a chat with the pilot Chris, learned all about the plane's history and actually the history of the airfield, which kind of housed Spitfires during World War II and bears its own bullet wounds from World War II. And then we had a chance to go in the plane and have our coins flown.
Wow, I find it absolutely incredible that the plane is still flying now.
I know, yeah, and there's only about half a dozen that actually are still flying, which is very impressive.
Because they led quite a harsh life during the war, because they were obviously towing the gliders that were on the plane here. They were towing them out, and then they were picking them up again, and that must have been so dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was kind of its preliminary function within the war, was as glider recovery. Of course, it played an enormous part in dropping paratroopers on the actual D-Day landings as well, and it had a post-war role as cargo delivery and kind of dropping off resources, particularly in Berlin.
So we're actually incredibly lucky that we were actually able to get these 500 coins flown in this fantastic aircraft. Right, now tell me a little bit more about this presentation itself. I see that it's sealed within one of our capsules again.
It is, absolutely. So the coin is structured brilliant uncirculated condition. Now, of course, most of our coin collectors will know that is the superior quality, which is free from the imperfections, the blemishes that you get within circulating coins. And so in order to preserve that condition, we have housed it within an exclusive capsule edition. The capsule's tamper-proof, so it means it can be passed around or displayed without any fear of damage. And of course, keeps the coin safe.
Absolutely, and you really want to keep this one safe, because one of the things that really stands out for me on this particular coin is that use of colour on there. I think it is absolutely stunning the way it highlights those vehicles.
Absolutely, the kind of technical detail within the coin's design is impeccable. Of course, we've got the Royal Navy landing craft on there, we've got the Cromwell Mk4 tank on there, and we've got the Airspeed Horsa glider that you alluded to earlier on there. And the culmination of three kind of epitomise the incredible engineering feat of the Allied operation.
It was an incredible feat, and like I say, that Horsa glider obviously ties in so well to the fact that these coins have been flown in that wonderful old Dakota plane.
Yeah, Of course.
So limited to just 500.
Yeah, so interestingly enough, we actually managed to get the pilot with a wealth of experience flying all sorts of military vehicles to sign 500 of them as well. So all 500 that were flown were signed by the pilot, making them all the more exclusive and all the more coveted by those military collectors.
Wow, that's incredible. So there's only 500 in existence. They've been hand-signed by the pilot. And of course, the most important thing is that of those 500 have all been flown in that original D-Day plane. That's absolutely incredible. So if you'd like to get hold of one of these incredible 75th anniversary D-Day coin flown capsule editions, what you have to do is head over to collectology.co.uk/C285. Now, we've had similar coins to this before, haven't we? We
have. We had an RAF Centenary £5 coin, which was flown in a Spitfire and signed by none other than Parky.
That sold out really quickly, didn't it?
It did. It sold out in actually just 2 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So with the history of selling out really quickly, if you want to get hold of one of these, you're going to have to act really fast. Just head over to collectology.co.uk/C285. Well, Melissa, thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
It's an absolutely fascinating story about these wonderful sets.
It's a really important collectible.
We'll see you again very soon. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and of course, YouTube.